Happy Friday, everybody! So, I was tweeted a few days ago by Alana Barnes, who wanted me to do a book recommendation video by a fangirl for fangirls, and I thought that that was a brilliant idea, as I have a lot of books and a lot of things to say about them. I am a complete book nerd. As you can see, I have the books that I'm recommending all right here, so let's get started. I thought that I would start out with the books that literally began it all for me, which is all of these. That's the back. The Gregor the Overlander series. This series is about a kid named Gregor who, along with his little sister Boots, falls down, I think, a laundry chute into this place called the Underland, where they find huge cockroaches and bats, and there are also some humans who live under, I'm pretty sure it's New York, but I can't quite remember. But these people live under here, and it's a whole new world. And it's just, it's so good. It's kind of an adventure book with riddles and prophecies and things like that. And as you can see on the cover, these bats are huge, and it's just, it really sparked my imagination as a kid. I started reading them when I was 12, and these are literally the books that got me into reading, and I haven't stopped reading since. So you can thank these books for all of the other books that I own. There are 5 books in the series, so all of these, which I think are still in order, but I might have messed them all up. But if you have the chance to pick these up, definitely do it, because they have made my life and I love them so much, and just read them, basically. Next up is Warm Bodies. Now, before we get started, I don't really like this cover, because this cover is from the movie and not from the book. And these things are so totally different that I don't feel like the movie cover fits onto the book. I'll explain. I actually watched the movie first. I found it thanks to the Hollywood show. They did a parody of it, and I decided to watch it even though I had never seen the movie. But I'm so glad I did, because I love the movie. It's kind of, if you haven't seen it, it's kind of a zombie romantic comedy. A rom-com, as they call it. Let me just tell you right now that this book is not like that at all. It shares the same characters and the same premise, but it is so much better. It's so much darker and more real, and it's about humanity and survival and compassion and all these amazing things. I love this book so much. You have no idea. Basically, if you don't know what this book is about, it is about a guy named R who happens to be a zombie in the zombie apocalypse. He meets a girl named Julie and doesn't eat her, which is quite nice of him. Yes? He meets this girl named Julie, and instead of eating her, he actually takes her home with him. Together, they learn to regain his humanity a bit, and they learn about zombies, and they learn about people. And that's the worst description of this book ever, but just ignore everything I say about it and just read it. Because Isaac Marion is the best author ever in the whole wide world. Sorry, any other authors. I love him. And you should too. Also, a prequel, sequel, Warm Bodies 1.5, The New Hunger, which is also really good. But I don't really like it as much as Warm Bodies because it has multiple different perspectives, and I kind of like just sticking with R because I love R's brain and the way R thinks, and just I could talk about this book forever, so I'm just going to stop now, but read this book. Also, Isaac Marion is on Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram, and he is so interesting. You should follow him. I'll link to all his stuff below, so yeah. Anyway, the next book that I'm recommending is for all of you Whovians out there, which is the Doctor Who 50th Anniversary Collection. First of all, look how shiny this book is. It's pretty amazing. But basically, this is a 500-page giant of a book, which has 11 different stories for the 11 different Doctors, so each Doctor has his own story. And this is before the 12th Doctor, obviously, but let me just tell you that these are all so good, but the 11th Doctor's one, called Nothing O'Clock, is written by Neil, however you say his name, Neil Gaiman, I think? Doesn't matter. But, oh, that one is so good, and I can't tell you anything about it because I went in knowing nothing about any of these stories, and I think that you should too. Hello, kitty. The kitty is trying to kidnap this video, so sorry. It's Fandom-y. It's perfect for Fangirl Files. So just, if you like Doctor Who, pick this up and you will not regret it. The next two books that I'm recommending are pretty much a given based on my channel name, Fangirl Files. So of course, I had to read a book called Fangirl. Of course. I actually picked this up only because of the name. I was so excited to see that the whole fangirl lifestyle is becoming a thing outside of the internet. Look, tangible fangirly thing. Look at it. Oh, it looks so nice. Anyway, sorry, I get excited. This book, I actually don't remember too much about it, to be honest. I read it a little while ago, but I do remember really liking it. If you haven't heard of this book, it is about a girl named Kath who moves to college with her twin sister, but for the first time they aren't living together. They decide to go, well, her sister decides to go a separate way and she's living on her own. But she is a popular fanfiction writer, so there are snippets of fanfiction during this book and she's writing fanfiction and it's just so relevant to my life. So go pick this up if you are a fangirl. Next, following Fangirl, of course we have to have Carry On, which I asked for this for, I think, Christmas and got it from a friend. And when I asked for it, I did not know anything about it except for the fact that it was related somehow to Fangirl. But upon reading, I discovered that this is actually the two characters that Kath in Fangirl is writing about, Simon and Baz, and their adventures inside of their school. It's kind of Harry Potter-ish, but fanfiction. I'm planning on making a video about fanfiction in the future and what it is that makes it so great, but I can't yet put my finger on what that is. I can't word it, I can't figure out what it is, but whatever it is, this book has it. This book has all of the best vibes of fanfiction, and it's amazing. So if you like fanfiction, read this book. You don't have to have read Fangirl, but it has a lot of little hints to it, which is nice. And I actually thought that it was the exact fanfiction from the book, but it's not. It's a little different. I don't really know what else to say about it, but it's really good. It feels like fanfiction, it reads like a fanfiction, it ends like a fanfiction. It's just, this book is fanfiction of itself, I guess. But it's really good, and I promise you that if you pick it up, if you like fanfiction, you will most likely like this book. Anyway, that's all that I have this time, but I have a lot more books, and if you would like me to recommend you more, I would love to. I'm a complete book nerd, and I promise I'll get better at explaining them and telling you why I like them and all of that, but whatever. I had fun. I like my books. So tell me if you pick up the same ones, or if you've read the same ones, or anything like that, and if you have book recommendations, give them to me. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, and also let me know in the comments below if you would like to see more videos like this. I can do more book recommendation videos, I can do specific book reviews, which might be a bit easier than trying to cram several books into one video. I don't know. I haven't really thought about this before until I got that request to do this video, so let me know what you guys think. Also, I make videos every Friday, so if you would like to subscribe, I would love to see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye!